For every rapper who's adored by millions, there's another who can't escape the hate. In the world of hip-hop, fame is a double-edged sword, one that cuts deeper the higher you climb. Some artists earn their crowns through authenticity, lyricism, and timeless impact. Others lose themselves to controversy, arrogance, or scandal. Today, we're diving deep into the two extremes of the rap world, from the most loved legends who've shaped hip-hop to the most hated names who've turned it into a circus. So, sit back, because what you're about to hear isn't just about music, it's about fame, downfall, redemption, and everything in between. Let's start with one of the most polarizing figures in modern hip-hop, Machine Gun Kelly. Back in 2010, if you told someone that MGK would become one of the most hated rappers in the world, they'd probably laugh at you. At the time, he was the rebellious new kid on the block, known for his rapid-fire flow and punk-inspired energy. His rise was fast, raw, and full of promise. Fans saw him as the underdog, a hungry young artist from Cleveland ready to carve his name into hip-hop's legacy. But somewhere along the way, that raw authenticity turned into something else. Fast forward to 2024, and MGK's reputation is in ruins.
Ginger beard Gage, what is this garbage? Gage, it's a pop song, man. What is this? It's a pop song, man. Gage, this you?
The music? Questionable. The image? Even worse. His public antics, from bizarre interviews to his dark, blood ritual relationship with actress Megan Fox, made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Fans didn't see a rebel anymore. They saw a man trying too hard to shock the world. But the real turning point came long before that. MGK's controversial tweets about underage girls resurfaced disturbing messages where he openly commented on teenage celebrities. Those tweets, coupled with his uncomfortable remarks about Kendall Jenner when she was still a minor, painted a very ugly picture. Suddenly, the wild boy persona wasn't cool anymore, it was creepy. And then came his biggest mistake: going after a legend. When MGK decided to diss Eminem, arguably the most lyrically dangerous rapper alive, it was career suicide. MGK dropped Rap Devil, a mediocre jab at Slim Shady. Eminem fired back with Kill Shot, a lyrical execution so clean it buried MGK's rap credibility forever. Overnight, the internet crowned the winner, and MGK was left scrambling to reinvent himself. He tried switching genres, diving into pop punk, but it didn't matter. The damage was done.
I thought Rap Devil was better than Kill Shot. I guess I'm in the minority because people been giving me flack.
Kill Shot was a leg shot. Rap Devil, we're talking about facts. You want to talk about man buns? Answer the facts. Surprise. You want to talk about a hairstyle I wore for a movie in a 10-episode Showtime series called Roadies? I'm an actor, homie. How disconnected are you? You called me a mumble rapper? Oh.
Is it saying that you guys had the same producer on both of your records?
Yeah, because I went to Equal Playing. I took it to Equal Playing Grounds. I mean, let's also say it like it is. You took 2 weeks, I took 2 days.
Once you pick a fight with Eminem and lose, there's no coming back. And that brings us to the man himself, Eminem. When you talk about beloved rappers, his name stands tall among the greatest of all time. Whether you like his newer work or not, Eminem's legacy is untouchable. He broke through barriers no one thought possible. A white rapper in a black-dominated art form, yet he earned respect through pure skill. In 1999, when My Name Is hit the airwaves, it wasn't just a song, it was a cultural shockwave. Eminem brought something entirely new: raw storytelling, dark humor, and unmatched lyrical precision. Every bar he wrote was sharp enough to cut glass. From Stand to Lose Yourself,
that's an awfully hot coffee pot.
From Without Me to Mockingbird, he turned personal pain into poetic brilliance. Eminem was fearless. He mocked politicians, challenged society, and bared his soul to the world, especially when it came to his daughter, Hailey. The authenticity in his music resonated deeply. You didn't just listen to Eminem, you felt him. Even today, decades later, his peers still regard him as one of the greatest lyricists ever. As 50 Cent once said,
"Hip-hop is black music, without question. And unfortunately for some people, it's tough to accept that you got a white artist that does it better than black artists. It is what it is. You know, and you could put either one, you could get whoever you feel like is the best black artist and stand them face to face in a room with him, and he will eat that alive."
Sure, Some say his new music isn't what it used to be, but when he drops something like Houdini, he reminds the world exactly why he's still in the conversation. He's a living legend, a man who never bowed to the crowd industry, never lost himself to fame, and continues to stand as the benchmark of lyrical excellence. Now, on the other end of that spectrum, you have rappers like Lil Pump. If Eminem represents skill, discipline, and longevity, Lil Pump represents everything wrong with modern rap culture. Before 2017, almost no one knew his name. He was just another SoundCloud rapper chasing clout. But then came Gucci Gang, a song so simplistic and repetitive that it somehow became a viral sensation. It climbed the Billboard charts, blasted through every speaker in America, and became a meme overnight. The problem? It wasn't good, not even close. Critics ripped it apart, calling it one of the worst songs ever recorded. But that didn't stop Lil Pump. He embraced the chaos. His entire persona became about trolling, clowning around, picking fights with legends, and acting out on social media. He once randomly dissed Eminem, calling him,
"Hey, Eminem, you is lame as hell. Ain't nobody listening to your old ass. You lame as
which backfired instantly. Fans mocked him mercilessly, and even his own generation began turning against him. Over time, the truth became clear. Lil Pump wasn't a serious artist. He was an online character, surviving off attention, not talent. And when the clout dried up, so did his career. In 2023, news broke that he owed over $1 million in unpaid taxes. The self-proclaimed rock star of SoundCloud was broke, irrelevant, and forgotten. He tried to reinvent himself, but it was too late. The internet had moved on, and the rapper who once screamed Gucci Gang on every stage was now just another meme lost in time. But then there's someone like 21 Savage, a name that commands respect wherever it's mentioned. When 21 Savage emerged in 2016 with Red Ops, he didn't just bring a new sound. He brought back something hip-hop had been missing: authenticity. Born in London but raised in the gritty streets of Atlanta, 21 had lived the life many rappers only pretended to. His calm, monotone delivery wasn't laziness, it was power. Every line felt real because it was real. He wasn't trying to be flashy. He wasn't chasing trends.
I'm caught up in the streets, I can't get enough. We got soft, we got hard, we got purple, we got touch. We got 30 round clips, we got 100 round nuts.
He was just telling his story. While the SoundCloud era flooded the scene with mumble rappers and copycats, 21 Savage stood out. His collaborations with artists like Drake, Post Malone, and J. Cole only elevated his reputation. Songs like Rockstar and A-Lot proved he could balance introspection with mainstream appeal, something very few artists managed to do. And beyond the music, he's known for something rare in the industry: maturity. When online beefs erupted during the 2024 rap civil war, instead of joining in, 21 decided to go to Disneyland. That's right, while others were throwing shade, he was just living life. In an industry addicted to drama, 21 Savage is a reminder that staying real will always outshine staying viral. But if 21 represents authenticity, then 6ix9ine represents the exact opposite. When he exploded onto the scene with Gummo, 6ix9ine looked unlike anyone else. Rainbow hair, tattoos all over his face, and an energy that screamed chaos. His music wasn't deep, but it was loud and aggressive, the kind of sound that forces attention. At first, people couldn't tell if he was serious or a parody, but it didn't matter. 6ix9ine was everywhere. He picked fights with rappers, disrespected legends, and used social media like a weapon. Every post, every live stream, every insult was carefully designed to stir the pot. But fame built on controversy has an expiration date. Then came the shocking revelations. In 2015, he was charged for using a child in a sexual performance. Fans were disgusted, yet somehow, he still managed to hold the spotlight. But his empire began to crumble when the law finally caught up with him. In 2018, 6ix9ine was arrested on federal RICO charges tied to the 9 Trey Bloods gang. Facing life in prison, he made a choice that changed everything. He snitched. He testified against his crew in exchange for a lighter sentence, betraying the very image he had built. When he was released, he tried to spin it, calling himself the King of New York again. But hip-hop wasn't buying it. He had broken the ultimate code. Even fans who once loved his chaos turned their backs. Today, 6ix9ine's legacy isn't music, it's betrayal. From topping charts to getting jumped at a gym, his story is a cautionary tale of what happens when fame becomes your only loyalty. Now, let's talk about someone who's managed to stay universally loved for decades, the one and only Snoop Dogg. There's something magical about Snoop. He's not just a rapper, he's an entire vibe. His career started in the early 90s during the golden era of West Coast rap. Songs like Gin and Juice and What's My Name made him an instant icon. His flow was effortless, his presence unmatched, and his personality unforgettable. But what really makes Snoop loved isn't just his music, it's his character. He's one of the few celebrities who feels genuinely authentic. You never get the sense that he's performing. Whether he's cracking jokes, streaming on Twitch, or commentating boxing matches, Snoop is just being himself, chill, funny, and unbothered. He's a bridge between generations. Your parents know him, your friends love him, and even kids today recognize his voice from commercials and video games. Few artists can claim that kind of longevity. And despite being in the spotlight for over 30 years, Snoop has never let fame corrupt him. He's adapted with the times, reinventing himself again and again from rapper to reggae artist to internet icon. He's proof that being real will never go out of style. Snoop Dogg isn't just one of the most loved rappers. He's one of the most loved people in pop culture. Period. And finally, we reach another cautionary tale, Blueface. When Blueface dropped Thotiana, the internet couldn't decide if he was a genius or a joke. His offbeat flow became his signature, but it also became his curse. Critics said he couldn't rap. Fans said he was just having fun. Either way, he was everywhere. But fame, as always, tests character, and Blueface failed spectacularly. Instead of focusing on his craft, he dove headfirst into chaos. From endless social media fights to launching his infamous Blue Girls Club reality show, his life turned into a train wreck. The show was basically a circus, dozens of women living under one roof.
I told you was a bitch. I sent you the address to catch a fade, posted it on the internet, the police pulled up, you had the homies running with blowers in the hood, you made the hood hot, you did some internet shit, your ass belong in jail again, in your ass.
Constant fights, questionable behavior, and plenty of disturbing allegations. It wasn't entertainment anymore. It was exploitation. Then came his toxic relationship with Chrissy Rock, a whirlwind of public fights, physical altercations, and humiliation. Every week brought a new headline, and none of them were about music. Eventually, Blueface stopped being known as a rapper altogether. He became a reality TV villain, and now he's sitting in jail on assault charges, a tragic symbol of wasted potential. From topping charts to losing everything, his life is another reminder that fame without discipline always burns out. So, what do all these life teach us? That fame doesn't define greatness, character does. The most loved rappers in the world earned that love through authenticity, humility, and respect for the culture. The most hated ones lost it all because they forgot what hip-hop truly stands for: truth, expression, and integrity. From Eminem's lyrical dominance to Snoop's effortless charm, from 21 Savage's authenticity to MGK's downfall, every name here tells a lesson. In the rap game, talent might make you famous, but character decides whether you stay famous. So now, I'll leave it to you. Who do you think deserves to be called the most loved? And who do you think deserves the title of the most hated? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive into the wild world of hip-hop.